Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something very fun, I think. I've kind of created this like series of like my top 5 blah 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 blah. So I'm going to stick with that series today, and it's going to be my top 5 must-see Disney characters at Disney World. Not Disneyland because I haven't been there in a while, but I will do one of those if I ever go back. No, when I go back, because I am going someday. So we're going to go ahead and get into the video of my top 5 must-see Disney characters or must-meet Disney characters at Walt Disney World. My number 5 must-see Disney character is going to be Tarzan. And I know some of you are thinking like, wait, Tarzan's your favorite movie. Why is he like your number 5 in your list? Well, there's like a million Disney characters to see at Disney World, so I think that's pretty good, narrowing it down to number 5, and he's in my top 5. But he's not as, like, you'll see. The reason he is in my top 5, though, and he's my number 5, is because Tarzan is a very chiseled character, and Disney does very well with getting a chiseled man to play Tarzan. And he's shirtless. And he's pantsless. So, he does have, like, a loincloth, like, something bigger than a loincloth. It's bigger. And he has this like a satchel thing, but other than that, the man's not wearing no clothes. And he's got that long, dreaded brown hair like Tarzan, and he's wearing like sandals. So, the reason he's not any higher on my number 5 is because he doesn't really speak too much, because he's supposed to be raised by monkeys, so he just kind of like, ooh, ooh, that kind of stuff, and like says little tiny words to you, and that's really cool because he's staying into character. But it's like you can't really bounce back and forth off of each other, because there's not really, he can't go very far in his vocabulary because he's raised by monkeys. So that is why Tarzan is my number 5. Okay, my number 4 must-see character is going to be Meredy. I love her. She plays off of you very well. She's got that beautiful red hair, and I don't know what it is about Meredy at Disney World, but they never get a bad-looking Meredy. Ever. She is stunning. Every time I've seen her and every time I've gotten pictures with her, she's been stunning. Not to mention, her accent, her Scottish accent, is ridiculous. Like, they did so well at casting Meredy. Her accent is on point, and she's very, confident, you know, she's what you would think Meredy would be when you actually got to interact with her. So I really like interacting with her, and she's super cool. So she's my number 4. My number 3, these are 2 characters that come in a package, which is really awesome because then you get 2 in 1, and it's half the wait time. So think of it that way. The number 3 characters are going to be Drizella and Anastasia. Now with these, you have to really watch your app and try to figure out when they're going to be out, when they're not going to be out, and then make sure you're at that spot. Because their line does close pretty quick. But they are hysterical. They are so funny. They make the funniest faces. Their makeup is drawn really funny. And they're just hilarious. And they act exactly like they do in Cinderella, except a little bit less rare. You know what I'm saying? A little bit less catty. They're just more funny and entertaining. So I loved meeting them. They were super sassy. We had a good like 3 to 5 minute conversation. I love when characters bounce back off of you and you just keep talking, because then it's more fun. You get more out of it than just a picture. So I love them, and that's why they are my number 3 in my top 5. Okay, my number 2 is going to be, think of a magical thought, any happy little thought. It's not Tinkerbell. I know, that's weird too, because she's my absolute favorite. But it's Peter Pan. Peter Pan is like supposed to be younger than me. He's supposed to be like 16 years old. So the character playing Peter Pan has this like immaturity about him that just makes him really playful and fun. Like when we met Peter Pan this past trip, I was wearing Mickey Mouse ears, and he came up to me and yelled in my Mickey Mouse ears and was like, was that loud? It was just really funny and random. And we played off of each other. Again, playing off of you and a character playing off of each other is just a really fun experience. So I'm really happy with the characters who do that. And if you want to check that video out, I'll put a little card right here or over here somewhere up in this area so you can watch that interaction and see how fun he actually was. But yeah, he'll talk about Neverland, he'll talk about flying, he'll talk about Tinkerbell and how sassy she is. So Peter Pan's just really, really interactive and fun and has this like immaturity about him, this boyish immaturity about him, which is just a really cool thing to see. And my number one character that you must meet is Gaston. He is the most self-absorbed character out there who loves himself and will talk about himself and praise himself, and I'm okay with it because he's also really flirty, and that's what you want when you meet Gaston. You want him to be like, oh, girls, yeah, but you also want him to be like talking about himself and making you laugh, and that's exactly what see, I had two different experiences with Gaston. I have one that was just like, I don't know about that, but then the second one was awesome. The first one, he just was kind of like being snooty and not feeding back off me at all. Like, I'm pretty sure we got in like 2 words to each other before we got a picture. But the second time I met Gaston, it was a different guy, and he was so flirty. We just kept bouncing off each other. He put my hand on his chest, and it was just really great. I loved it. He was awesome. And that is it for my top 5 must-see Disney characters at Walt Disney World. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down there, or there'll be like a little link somewhere in this general area. If you want to watch the last video I posted, just click over here, or over here, and it should be somewhere in this area. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic and magical rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!